Afternoon, boys and girls. So, December the 2nd, the second Dram. What have we got in store for us today? Let's dive in. Let's find out. So, come here. Today we have got a cognac. Oh, we're starting early with the cognacs. I'll hold that up to the close-up this time because I don't think, looking at yesterday's, the close-up there didn't really work. So that's what we've got today. COURVOISIER XO. Now, for the uninitiated, COURVOISIER XO will be quite expensive. Hang on, let's just get it up here. Let's just do this. You know, we are talking, hang on. We've got to be talking in excess of £100 here. There we go. £115 a bottle. So this needs to go into my my brandy snifter for this. Told you I do like my brandies, my cognacs and stuff like that. COURVOISIER XO. Oh, I haven't had a bottle of this now for a few years. So this will be really tasty. There we go. Save a little bit. Better save a little bit for Mummy Barman. So what can I tell you about COURVOISIER? Obviously, COURVOISIER is a proper cognac. It's based in the Cognac region of France. I think the XO is like a blend of the Grand Champagne, Petit Champagne. I think it's a little blend going on. But absolutely delicious. Mummy Barman, for instance, is she rarely goes up to the VSOP, but she's like COURVOISIER VS stalwart for decades, as long as I can remember. There's always bottles of that in the house. Right, warm that up. You need a good old brandy snifter for this. Oh, it's just unbelievable. Sort of, the brandies. I saw a little bit of appleiness coming off here as well. It's a very different vibe to drinking rum. I love my rum, don't get me wrong, but I flipping well love my cognacs. You don't get any of that sort of, the characteristics that you would do off rum. You get a little bit of oakiness, but not too much off brandies, off cognacs. There's a little bit there, but nothing like what you would get off those big, heavily aged rums. I could just smell cognacs for days. For me, actually on the nose, I'm much preferring smelling cognac than I do rum, because it's just, I struggle to explain it. It's like a different form of tropical fruitiness, different form of rich fruits, rich dried fruits. I'm just going to dive in. Wow. Wow. Oh, I do get a little bit of appley pearness coming off there, to be fair, but like luscious vanilla. But it's undeniably brandy, cognac all the way through. You get that grape softness coming through to it. You don't get anything harsh. This is the thing I found. This is why I fell in love with brandies like at a young age, because there was no harshness. There was no peppery burn over the tongue or anything like that. I first got into brandies as a 19-year-old. I've told this story a couple of times, but it was a Hennessy tasting where they had the whole range in there, and they started us on the VS and then went on to the next one up in Hennessy is Fin de Cognac, their version of like a VSOP, and then I think there was another one in between this, but then they went into the Hennessy XO. I don't think that third one is available anymore. It was like, I forget what it was, but there was definitely a third one in between that and the XO, and then they went into the XO, and then they got the Paradis out. Just like, oh my God. Went to the Hennessy XO. Stunning, absolutely stunning. For those of you that have never tried brandy, cognac, Armagnac, and for those of you that want to enjoy something neat, I don't know why brandy doesn't have the love that it does, or more love that it does, because it is a phenomenal spirit. For me, it doesn't here's something. It probably doesn't have the layers that rum has, for example. It doesn't have, you know, you don't go like cinnamon and vanilla. You don't go off in like tropical fruits and all this. You kind of get this sort of grape, obviously, because brandy's grapes at the end of the day. You kind of get this grape base. And this is another thing, off on a tangent. I'm not a huge wine fan either. I'll have a glass, the odd glass from here and there, but I don't really do wine much. But grape, like wine distilled as a spirit, is just a whole different beast for me. I absolutely adore it. For me, what I was going to say is actually, if you've never had a brandy and you want to get into a neat sipping, if you want to drink neat sipping spirits, I highly recommend a decent brandy. I don't think I know it's a massive outlay, £115 for it. For me, that is worth every single penny of that £115 because I appreciate that neat. I never ever want to mix that. It's just a glorious neat sipper. But I don't think anyone would find any hassle in, just drinking that neat and going, oh, wow, what's that? It's just, they're so easy to drink. They're dangerous. And I mean, it should be 40% ABV. I don't think I think that's part of the actual cognac. Look, there's I've seen some cognacs that sort of breaking barriers and going up to like 45 and something like that. But generically, it is 40%. It's part of their whatever you want to call it, their rules. I'm forgetting the word now. But absolutely delicious. To sum that up, would I buy a bottle? Well, I'm going to wait because I do kind of know that there's a couple of other XOs in here. So this would be interesting. The whole point of the Brandies was just to put the 3 big XOs up head to head. There might be a fourth one actually. 3 big XOs up head to head to see which one I prefer the most. But at face value, for me, because of my love for cognac, I'm 100% buying a bottle of that at 115 quid. It's a totally different concept for me than rum, because that for me is all about neat sipping, all about enjoying it at the end of the night. I wouldn't think twice about having that as my daily kind of top. Whereas rum for me is more, I do enjoy rum neat, of course I do, I love rum neat, but rum for me is more of that cocktail, that mixer. I wouldn't ever want to mix that, I just want to drink that neat. So that's December the 2nd, can't wait for tomorrow. Cheers.